Hey everybody, this is Rich again at the Ultra Motorsports warehouse in Fort Wayne, Indiana. You have to excuse the quality of the video today. We have some construction going on next door here. It's a little overcast day, but we want to get this video out on the web for one of our clients. We're looking at this 1966 Oldsmobile Cutlass convertible. This is a super nice car. I've walked this car personally for several of my clients over the phone, and let's just get the few little things out of the way real quick. The car's super straight, got a great paint job, the baby moons are looking good, the red line tires look great, these long trim pieces are all looking really straight, there's no tings, nothing like that. You can tell this car was all the way done. I mean, it's got the rubber pieces still in there that were put back in. The chrome is all super thick and looking really straight. Everything works on the car. The only flaw we've been able to find in the car, and we might as well fix, is this little bitty split in the front hood emblem. Okay, super nice car otherwise though. This car actually has, let's just pop this hood open for everybody real quick. This car has a 400 in it. Originally this car would have had like a 330 probably, but over the years it's gotten this 400 put in it, and it's out of a 67 Oldsmobile. So 67 Olds 400, 68 heads it looks like. According to the cal tag, I'll let everybody kind of take a look at the cal tag right there. According to the cal tag on this car, it was originally a green car, but since new recently it's gotten this midnight blue color. The car runs out super nice, and as you can tell by looking under the hood, you're not going to be embarrassed at any car show that you go to. I mean, it's going to be real stand-up looking. So the car was originally a green car, but like I said, you can tell this car was taken all the way apart to paint. I mean, it was really done right. Okay, nothing tacky on the insides, like, you know, overspray on weather stripping, nothing like that. That's what we're looking for. Nice, fresh weather stripping, good-looking car all the way around. Okay, you can tell this car was taken all the way apart to get painted. Okay, the convertible top is new and looks great. The interior is very nice. According to the cal tag, this originally was in fact a black interior car with a black convertible top. It was also a bucket seat car. It was a console car, and it's got the fuel economy gauge down there on the floor. And it was also a side mount tack car. And all you Oldsmobile guys know that this is really a pretty rare feature on a lot of these cars, and to have this thing working like it does is even more rare. At Ultra Motorsports here, when we say something's driver quality, we hold it to a little bit higher standard, I think. So when I say this one's driver quality, that means to me that everything works. Everything is working like it's supposed to. It looks good. And when I say everything, I'm talking clocks, I'm talking tacks, I'm talking the little fuel economy gauge that's on the car. So all those things are working good on the car, and it's just a real stand-up piece. Rear chrome is looking good. Again, we got the rubber pieces in there just like they're supposed to. That'd be something that a amateur restorer or an amateur car person would probably just go ahead and leave out. You'd leave those things out. Got some mild pitting here in the lenses of the tail lights, but very nice otherwise. Car looks super straight. Like I said, baby moons look good. I'll get you guys a shot of the underside here. Underside of this car, you know, it's certainly been coated at one point in its life, but it's looking really good. I can't wait to start this car for everybody because it's got a great sound when it runs. Really good looking and good sounding car. As you can see, the car has had some undercoating at one point in time. Shows really well though. We've inspected the car, and we think that this was just done just to make it driver quality. You know, just to make it a nice drive that you could drive anywhere. You don't have to worry about getting stuck in the rain in. Like I say, car shows really nicely. Shows well. You know, power steering, power top, all the stuff that people like. Okay, let's shift to the inside a little bit here for a second. And like I said, if you guys, there's really no request that's out of the question here at Ultra Motorsports. If you see something in the video that you want a closer picture of, or you want to do some video Skype, just make sure you give me a holler, okay? Again, door panels look great. These are areas that would get neglected, you know, in a restoration that was just mediocre, okay? People would tend to live with this stuff being ratty. Door panels aren't cheap either, okay? Carpet looks great in this car. Seats, near perfect. I don't know how much closer to perfect you get. Here's what else I like. When I say everything works, yeah, courtesy lights, they always work too. Rear seats look great. Let's see if we can get into this. Let me back up a little bit. I'm going to go into the trunk here for a second for you guys too. Excuse me, like I said, we don't have our assistant here with us today. Here's the spare. Here's the boot. Boot could probably stand for some foam on the inside, but overall, you know, if you're gonna use that, it looks real good. Trunk got spatter painted. Okay, it's got one of these nice thick mats in it also, not one of those cheap flimsy ones that have the cloth on the back. This is a rubber mat. Okay, trunk got spattered and looks really, really good. Shows well. So nice looking on the inside. Everything looks tight. Okay. Okay. Moving back to the interior. Excuse me. Dash in great shape. As you guys can see, the dash is looking good. Okay. All these features are in great shape on the car. Everything looks good. Top goes up and down smooth. We're not going to put the top down for this test drive just because, you know, the noise of me trying to talk, and I want you guys to hear the engine of this car. Steering wheel in great shape. Got one little split right here. I'm sure everybody can see that. Okay. Horn works. Speedo works. All the gauges and warning lights work. Cigarette lighter works. Heater works. Radio works. Everything is working great on the car. Okay, passenger side door panel looks real sharp. Window glass goes up and down smooth. As you guys can see, everything's in great shape. What we're going to do is, now like I said, excuse me, my assistant is not available today, but what we're going to do is we're going to try and take this thing for a test drive. And like I said, it's a manual transmission car, which, that's this car firing up. It's got a really great sound, guys. Alright? It's got a great sound. You hear this car coming a mile away, and you know it's got quite a bit of pep also. So what we do have down here, somebody did put an aftermarket temp gauge in. You know, I'm assuming they just wanted to keep a little bit closer eye on it because these didn't come with a temp gauge that could be read. It would just tell you when the car was hot. So if you wanted to catch a problem before it becomes a problem, I'm sure that's why the restorer added this temp gauge in here just like that, so he can really keep an eye on it, which is great. That's a great feature to have. Why wouldn't you want that? Okay guys, let's run this thing down the road a little bit. Do our little route here on our Ultra Motorsports test drive. As I said before, guys, I pride this on being a super reliable and driver quality car. Great sound too. I mean, people hear you coming from a mile away, but it's not obnoxious, you know? As you guys can see, clipping along here, 40 miles per hour. Little bump. Car's super reliable. It's one that you would, you know, I mean, there's going to be a crowd outside every time you park it at the gas station or the hardware store or wherever you're running errands to or screwing around at. There's going to be people waiting outside looking at it and giving you the thumbs up when you're rolling down the road, okay? Just the sound of this car alone, I mean, got a great sound, guys. I mean, really, really tidy. What we want to do is here, we'll stop here. I don't know if anybody can see it or not, but we're going to put this thing in reverse. And as I said, if you look here, our fuel economy gauge is working. It's going up and down like it's supposed to. All right, pretty cool little feature, okay? Not many people ever know those are around on a lot of these old cars. Pretty cool thing to have. Back to the reliability and driver quality of this car. Now, like I said, when I say driver quality, I hold that to a little higher standard than most people. Everything has to work in my mind for a car to be a great driver quality car, okay? If gauges aren't working, if fuel gauges aren't working, if lights and top and things like that aren't working, that's not a driver quality car, okay? It needs to be able to be driven, and that's exactly what this car is. It can be driven anywhere. It can be driven down the road. I've driven this car personally down the road at 75 miles per hour, and it runs out great. Radio works good. Everything on the car works great. So this is a true good quality driver car, okay? This car is not a candidate for a repaint. It's not a candidate for any work in the interior. It's just a car that you can jump in and have fun with, all right? And you know, by all means, guys, if you're not prepared for a few little problems, you're probably not prepared for classic car ownership. But I can tell you with a reasonable amount of certainty, and like I said, when it comes time to really look at this car, if you guys really want to look at it, okay, and you want to get some good close-ups of some of your areas of concern, all right, when it comes time to look at this car, let me walk the car with you guys so you can see how straight this car really is, all right? Let me try to point out all the things. The thing I like the most is this car, you're not going to have to touch it. It's going to arrive at your place. You're going to jump in it every weekend, and there's not going to be anything that somebody's going to get in this car and say, oh my God, that looks ratty, or hey, let's get this thing fixed, okay? Headlights work. Everything on the car is super straight. Power top goes up and down great. Power steering works good. Power top was working a little slow. I'm not sure if that was because of the cold or whatever. It is a cool day here today, and the car really wasn't warming up great when I put the top up. But at any rate, that's something we can work out later on. I want to get this video on the web for one of our clients, and as you can see, this thing sounds great, looks great. The baby moons are certainly something different that you don't see all the time. And give me a call. Look us up on the web, ultramotors.net. We love trades, and this is a great, great car for the money, okay?